I'm excited to see what he has to offer, and honestly, I'm excited to see this game in general, because as I said, this is one that likely get you into position in terms of qualification, and, well, one of these teams is going to be struggling that little bit more, and basically losing to another Yoru. Now, the difference between the two is no Sentinel. Now, I will say the Sentinel for Benji is basically an Initiator. You might be looking at this and going, oh, 2 Initiators one side, or you've got a couple on the other side. But this Benji's Initiator is basically going to be used in that fashion, like to try and get information for the squad.
Well, the game has begun. We're already seeing Team Heretics look to pressure the B site. The TP's gone in. Yoru's claimed some space, but it's Woot and Reens finding those kills, closing in the space and allowing Team Heretics to have a very comfortable post plan. Sure, they've just lost Woot, but they've still got the positions. It's a little bit awkward. Reens trapped in the corner. Good shot from Valorant. A little bit more potentially, but he's so low on HP. Benji in the same boat, though. 40 to play with. He's not being spotted just yet. He might have the element of surprise there. Good shot. And a player close. Cage might get him out. It's a Sheriff on the other side. 1 bullet, all that's needed, but Benji has escaped and now looks to run down the clock. Peek onto Fizzy. It could be everything. Camera's going to spot him halfway already. He's detected. He's seen. But Benji now knows that he's not defusing. He'll wait. He'll bide his time. The tap. And the kill for Fizzy. Well handled for the triple.
Yeah, just almost trying to bait the defuse, not let him know the ping early enough. And Fizzy, even with a little bit of celebration. A little bit of celebration going on there. I think you're having a good time on the stage. Already, though. 1-0 in favor of Fokus, and especially the way that that round started. Heretics again with the same burst that we saw in the last round, same openings, but just able to trade things back quick enough. Fokus showing again that individual brilliance, and well, with Fizzy off to a bang. I'm excited to see more of him. As said, in the previous roster, he was mostly on that Sentinel. We saw it in their map at Haven as well. He was still playing Viper, not that much of a change, but the Omen on this map, definitely some more variance in terms of those controllers. A very early battle for this A main control. The cave has shrunk. And so, has that mid portion as well, something that basically gets removed. It gives you a little firefight if you want to battle across it, but I don't know if we'll be seeing too much of that.
Oh! Mini Boo just waited, let that drone get nice and close, swung out. And it wasn't even the droner that was taken down. It was your boy Lewis, who was spotting the doors the whole time. His head ripped clean off. An opportunity, not just for damage, but to actually contend for this round.
Cypher plushie, but no longer plays the agent. He's gonna have to get a new one. I just noticed this sort of floating head on his cam. I was like, what? What's going on?
Is that Zesht again? Just popping up?
If you just see teeth in the background.
Well, the paranoia is going to be used up. It's kept them back for just a moment. Give Fizzy time to take that cam vault out. And also Cider, time to sneak up. Firing a little shock dart. Didn't do too much, but the kill on backside, something. Nice shock. That's going to land.
Spike planted.
About a little too far, apparently. Didn't take the kill on the low HP Rienz. He now has a chance. And even with low HP, this man is scary. It's Boo to take the kill. Despite him going down and Rienz on his low HP falling, Mini Boo still has an opportunity. Lime's on 55 HP. A body shot needed, but it's Valorant who's the first to peek. And the headshot doesn't connect.
Yeah, still for Heretics, that's a great round.
Oh, for sure.
He came in with a Marshal and managed to drop 3 opponents. Mini Boo doing fantastically well with the Marshal, and especially in his game versus FUT, he really struggled. Like, it was a quiet game from him. In the second one, I'm not really going to take too much away from it either, so him getting off to a good start is a great sign, especially because of the amount of information you can get with his ultimate. It's so valuable, that dimensional drift. I know somewhere in the world, Lothar is screaming about pinging in ults. You can ping them in the ults! Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me! He'll definitely, the thing is, I know he'll either be watching this or watch it back because of the Yorus. Exclusively that, and he'll be going, man, that's not actually how you're supposed to use that one. I would do it like that. We love you, Lothar, I promise.
Well, no, I'm kidding, we do. Okay, little angle. I like the idea, jumping up on top early on. It hasn't worked out for Fizzy.
It's a bonus round, and they actually had Alorante close by to just be able to pick up that gun. They knew how much of a risk it was.
Good decoy usage defensively. We said how strong that can be. And it's sent here just through B main to destroy, well, first of all, tell you if there's someone close, potentially catch them off guard. And almost more importantly, take out that trap wire. So now those players are worried about it in the back of their head. And you can tell it was a decoy because, well, it didn't get shot, right? Your trap wire is just active. You're not going to have an actual human being just running in a straight line waiting for the trap to get them.
I don't think you've watched my gameplay.
That is accurate. But I have a suspicion that Lime is less of a noob than you.
We're both British.
At least marginally. We'll see, maybe we can get Zesh to ask him in the interview afterwards.
Yeah. Is he better than me? We'll see. I think he'll be offended just by the question. But either way, pressure's starting to come in. Alorante's utility popped. Snakebite down. Now the time is starting to tick. 30 seconds, and he's able to basically pull rotations. But in fact, they're starting to fall back themselves. They believe this push has almost stopped completely, and they're leaving Lime alone. He's going to spot the flash, have a few counters of his own, but he's been pinged up by the dart and decimated by Woot. The read from Fokus incorrect. And now because of that, they have to try and fight back in, and it is not going well.
No, it really isn't. With Cider down, it's left on your boy Lewis. And with the Sheriff in hand, he quickly meets his end. A round for Heretics that they're expected to win, but so dominantly, we would have liked to see a couple of picks go the way of Fokus, and solid execute shown yet again. Good promise to start this one out. As we see Team Heretics with full rifles and their opponents on the same, it's really the credits that separate them right now. Heretics sitting pretty, even if they lose this one, of course, with it being round 4. But on the side of Fokus, although their credits might not be remarkable, their ultimates are very close.
A little bit of an unfortunate one, really, because that was the thing. It was like originally the read was good, and I actually understand why we saw that rotation out from Heretics. Miniboo, yeah, that one a replay. He's already managed to find that opener. An aggressive push again. That seems to be Fizzy's goal with this defensive side. Omen is, he's consistently pushing. Took the fight in top mid. That's the second time he's gone into A main as well. And well, so far for Heretics, that's just been a huge win. They get a free kill. They take out some of the smokes as well, which in retakes would be hugely valuable. For your boy Lewis, I mentioned he might go back onto that breach. He has done for this game. We'll see if he's going to be able to get anything done here.
Well, Lime's being taken out, unfortunately. His early peak punished, and A main is the only site, part of this map, more so, that's being contested by this defensive side. They took their fights. They looked for mid-aggression. Nobody there. And all the bodies fall in A main. Luckily, though, they have gotten back here in time. With that orb going down, it looks like they're just going to be running it straight through. Never mind. Alorante does so well. This is winnable now for Cider. The ult didn't find him either, unless I'm mistaken. He's at least made it behind the wall now, so he could be either side. Got an advantage with the reveal as well. Good information, good shot on Miniboo. Great correction, and the follow-through is there. Cider leading by example.
Wow, what a huge round. 2v4 scenario. Alorante managing to double up, and then his IGL, and newly found IGL as well. Perfect read. Like, if the player was literally anywhere else, that he's completely wrong in terms of where he has to aim, but he read that to absolute perfection. Woot gives him the fight he wanted. And now Fokus 3-1 up on that defensive side. Bear in mind, obviously, again, it's completely different game, but it was a 12-0 attack half last time out.
Yeah.
We don't know what to expect from that defensive side. Whenever I see a Yoru, I expect you'll come to the attack side.
Sure. Yeah, and I think that's fair to say. The space take should be a massive advantage. Again, we've seen from Lime some decent usage. Again, here it goes. First trap is going to be destroyed. It's a little bit of a headache for this squad that we're so consistently seeing these decoys go through. But what they're doing here is not shooting it, letting it run its course, and late on, moving in towards B together. The hope here that they've rotated, that Lime will be on his way. But unfortunately, at least for the side of Heretics, Fokus are still stacked up here on B with 2 players, a Viper utility ready to go, and a very interesting ball in play to deny. Great shot on Boo. And that is well, a pretty big punish because you're losing so much with Boo falling. It's your only controller.
Yeah, that's the rough thing for this attacker side. Maybe it doesn't matter. Woot is crispy clean, and Alorante is going to be needed once again. Called upon, but surrounded. Woot has taken over this one with Benji always causing trouble.
Oh, look at the position of Mini Boo.
It's ratty.
You rat.
Enemy remaining.
Disgusting gameplay.
And then he's right back into the action with the rest of the team. Fizzy is going to spend probably quite a lot of time. Look at the clearing. He's like, nope. Oh, is he around this corner? Nope. Is he on A site? Nope. And in the meantime, he's all the way back with his team. And in fact, there's a secondary lurk left in Woot, back in mid, in case he did decide to go for this. Great round coming out from Heretics, but ultimately, as you said, like they lose Boo early, and it just came down to some individual brilliance from Root. The fact that he just walks up mid, finds an insta-kill, and then manages to basically clear out B solo. Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to rely on that every single time, but the kid's pretty good.
And again, because he finds that kill, it opens up the space for Mini Boo to get into the position and catch the rotations. It's all about the timing of him just shift walking up there and taking the fight. This one here, exactly the fight we were talking about. And you see Mini Boo now starting to creep his way in. Sova's completely focused on B site because that's where the push is coming through. And that little gap is exploited. All the while, Woot gets 2 kills and sets them up to close out the round without any contention. Really beautiful round from the side of Heretics. Plenty more to play for, but that's the attack side that we were expecting to see. And now they've left Fokus with, well, let's say they're wanting for credits. I'm expecting, well, nothing else to be bought. Yeah, it's just, even the Sheriff from your boy Lewis is a deep investment.
That's the thing. He is very good with it, though. Like, I would say, honestly, it's his best weapon. Maybe other than Ray's utility, but I don't know if you count that one.
Just nades. Just a nade.
Nades, blast packs, anything like that he's pretty good with, but they are going to have those pistols. Nice start from Mini Boo. I was going to say there's a lot of ultimates available. One of them that was close was that Viper's Pit, but that's now gone.
Time to jump.
Also, Spike found.
Fake
They
teleport.
continue this push down. Mid. So many players on the other side. Fizzy, actually, he's been up there many a time, maybe not expected this time out, and Mini Boo spotted, but they've just left this back. Rotation still looking to fight in towards middle, but the fact is Heretics, as we said, they've been very good at just controlling any sort of aggression that's going to come through from opponents. Not really worried about those thrusts. We've seen Fizzy, as said, many times now. Push mid, push main, and they have countered him every single time. I think this is the first time he's actually managed to get the opening kill off it. And now they go into this A side where there are 2 players.
30 seconds left.
But they've got a huge advantage. It has started to diminish, though. Oh.
Shock dart close. Damage. Decent on the second as well. The spams, though, end up getting returned. Cider now 14 HP. The snake bite did a lot. The spams even more.
He didn't even reload it for him. Stop guns has only got a few bullets left.
Horrible teammate. You're not going to see a Lion popping the ult, certainly not now. Inside the pit, I suppose all HP is equal. They're taken down quickly by Woot. The house cleaned as Team Heretics push up to 3, tying the scoreline. Most importantly, finding some serious control over their economy as time goes on. There's a couple reinvestments to come in, but all in all, you're going to be very happy with that round.
See, that's the thing, though. From the side of Fokus, okay, sure, it's a little bit frustrating you lose the rival Valorant instantly, but the fact that they managed to get a couple of kills and get rid of a Viper's Pit. Viper's Pit is such a strong armor on this map that I don't think they're going to be too upset with that round. Now they come back in with a purchase of their own. If Lewis gets a single kill or an orb, they have every single ultimate online. So this is a round you almost have to say that Fokus have to win, and look how basic this one is. It's going to be a straight-up execution, pacey start. And in fact, Mini was just gone in. Nobody else was even close. They got denied by the snake bites. He just ran straight through.
Where in the world is that recon going? It is out of here. A little extra bounce, I think, than was intended. Either way, it wouldn't have done much for them. They were ready to shoot it as it landed. Good shock dart. Cider repositioning even still, I think, clipped a bit of damage. Down to half, no shields. Good position by Lewis. Imagine seeing a breach there. That's not something you're ever really going to expect. Just out in no man's land, and, well, the dividends certainly found for it. What a response from Fokus. They get equalized on and come out with a flawless round.
Yeah, I think, I don't mind the idea from Heretics. Like, you probably see all of those ultimates online. You know that there's Viper's Pit, Hunter's Fury. You try and go for a faster execution to avoid whatever plan there's going to be behind it. The problem is it was disjointed. Like, I think Alorante has been very good at the timing of his utility, like be it putting up his orb or the snake bites, and because of that, Miniboo, even though there was a player blind on site, he was completely alone. The dart hadn't even landed, so there was no information. He just had to frag. And once that fails, you're just running into the site.
Oh, such a good setup.
I know
They have a flash to
exactly
start, a stun afterwards, but Boo just being a little bit staggered on that aggression ends up finding the punish, taking the kill, and then it's followed up on by Rians. Cider caught behind this wall, and it's being held now. If he goes through, the decay makes it a little bit easier on the other side. He's healed back up that extra bit of decay, at least, but a bullet landed, lights him up a little bit lower. Still, chances here for the side of Fokus to recover. They need to find some kills soon, and everybody is fragmented. Of course they are, because they only have 3 players alive to cover such a massive map. They'll make that 2.
Yeah, shots not landing either. Rian's had a quieter start to this game, but I don't think that's going to last what we've seen from him so far. And now, well, it's left off to Valorant again. His reaction speed, I feel like, is second to none. He's so quick. It might be more even just his crosshair placement. Like, that's the thing. I feel like there's players where they have just that. I feel like CNED has the unbelievable reactions. And then I feel like someone like Alorante, it looks instantaneous, but it's more so just his crosshair placement is just unmatched.
No adjustment time. It's just, yep, I'm already aiming at you, buddy.
I'm already ready.
4-4, a close match so far. The attack side of Team Heretics certainly not finding the same success that it did last time. You can see a lot of the time they've been pushed back off the A plan. They've been fought around mid. I think Fokus just have a lot of those adjustments that G2 Gozen were missing earlier on. A very close performance and not using too many ultimates as well in rounds where they have them. I like their plans early, using these stuns to get themselves into positions, but Fizzy has not been having any luck trying to take heightened aggression.
No, and the thing is, once you take that much damage, you can't stick around.
No, you're out.
They're so ready for this aggression. And the thing is, I do feel like it has been a little bit obvious. Like, it's either been mid, the same box, or it's been that box in A main. So they're just pre-firing it at this point. They're setting up utility. Lime looking to potentially just get out of mid after an initial fight. But again, it's just Heretics playing so desperately slow.
That's a terrible TP. I don't even know that he can take that. It's going to be, like, the longer we wait, the more it gradually shifts in the corner. It's going to be way out in the open. If anyone's main, he's taking it. If someone was main, I don't think they, it could have been a small angle. Leave it a few more seconds, it would have been an angle. At least they've avoided that. And they're rotating to the right side of the map. 4 players towards B. Team Heretics could take it elsewhere still, but the spike's outside, 40 seconds, and Yoru's gone into the site. With a gate crash on backside as well. This is clearly their intention.
This is where it might get a little bit confusing. We've got both
30 seconds
Yoru's running
Spike
around,
down.
TPing into each other. Miniboo might be in for a surprise, but no, he's caught the kill instead. That Rolling Thunder a second earlier, and it probably would have caught him instead. He's managed to get rid of Lime. Still though, an even scenario. Fizzy finds another. Miniboo and Benji left within the site, trying to play off each other. The aftershock actually used to clear him out, but Miniboo's found the kill instead. Benji combining alongside him, and once again, it's Cider left 1v2. He doesn't know where that second player is, but in fact, Miniboo's not really in the right place to deny this. He's just sticking the defuse all the way through. He's missed the jump, and because of that, it's going to be the straight defusal. The Red Bull clutch from Cider, a second one from him. And well, I think Miniboo's going to have nightmares about that one tonight.
He's going to be practicing that jump for weeks. What a disaster. Such a small mechanical failure under pressure. And that's the cost you pay. 5 rounds now for Fokus. Still, Heretics are able to buy back into it. And Miniboo seems to be looking to change the game. He's frustrated after that last round and out for vengeance. The attack side Yoru up on display. Now that's going to be something exciting.
Oh, they're faking it. I like it. So he's TP'd up there so many times and taken so much damage that they put the same stun through and he just TP's into the wall. Just as like a fake idea that they're going to hear the sound cue and hope that it baits them in. Now, nobody was close, so it didn't, but I don't like the idea.
I would absolutely love, I don't think we're going to see it, but if Lime in one of the coming rounds, because his decoy hasn't been broken at all running up B, I want him to just run. I want him to just run. They will not shoot him. They won't. Oh, this is such a good push from your boy Lewis, but he's only good for 1. A great shutdown, a great response from Miniboo.
Yeah, and they've done well in these early battles. His operator dropped, just used for that opener. And it leaves the defense completely split. Fizzy one side, Lime on the other. Needing a multi-kill. Two kills as a minimum, or a kill and a retreat. That would be enough for Lime, but well, he doesn't have his gate crash available. Doesn't have any way out of here, and they are slowly encroaching. Does manage to get the kill, but doesn't take any damage. The flash is solid, and that was exactly what was needed. 2 kills to make this the 1v1, and Fizzy is on a long rotation back around. Woot has a lot more time than he might realize.
Yeah, he's panicking right now, clearing the close angles. Of course, he expects him to be close, but now he spotted him. The info to play with the flash to get on out of there. He's caught him TP.
Oh, no.
The shrouded step wasn't shrouded from Woot's vision. 5-5. And we keep a neck-and-neck scoreline the whole way through. This defensive half from Fokus is looking impressive. I do wonder what they have up their sleeve for the attack. We know Heretics were good there, but at the same time, we have no idea, bar the pistol, what Heretics are up to on that defense.
I will say, I feel like thus far, Fizzy's TPs have left a little bit to be desired.
For sure.
I think they've had no success.
I'll say this, considering he is 5-7, and I distinctly remember him getting wrecked on a couple of those TPs, I think altogether he's recovering on it elsewhere. Even when he's low HP at the start of some of these rounds. But yeah, maybe it's time to just retire the C key for a moment. You know, just chill out.
Here we go. Dimensional drift. Then combining it with that Hunter's Fury. No, he doesn't need any help. He's actually just going to be doing it alone. Mini Boo with the opener. Woot alongside him once again. Boo is a rat, just sitting in the corner on mid. Not an angle you're expected to check. He's now going for the full sprint shot out with the classic. Well, a nice shot by Lime. Not an easy one to hit. Now rifle retrieved, but what can they do with it from a 4v2 post plant?
Yeah, with a flank on its way as well. Mini Boo is a psychopath. He's just ran all the way around, now flanking them on mid, and I don't think he's even going to get a chance to fire.
No.
Woot has closed out the round too quickly.
Guys, wait for me.
Guys, I got a flank, I got a clip, I got a clip! No clip today, unfortunately. Not for you. I mean, Woot's got a few. 6-5.
Yeah, he's doing all right. 15-5. I hyped him up earlier. I definitely had a bit of a quieter performance. I think he was like 10-18 in the game versus FUT, but he's definitely feeling it now. And that's the thing, as we've said, this is the match that really matters for both of these sides, a chance to take that victory, and with already both having a loss to FUT earlier, and the last match left being the one for FUT playing up against G2 Gozen, who have already lost 2 games, it would seemingly put it to bed.
Toxins going up.
A chance for a 7-5 half on the attack. I wouldn't say that's a nail in the coffin by any stretch. 6-6 may still be plausible here.
Nice shot by Boo. He's got a good position. Benji's here to back him up as well. The team flooding to the site. The play around the back of yellow. Mini Boo on his way, picking up kills as he go. You can see they were just blindsided by him. They had their eyes set elsewhere. They knew Boo was still close. They wanted to punish him, but there's no way, not when Mini Boo's there to back him up.
It's still one of those things where I just feel, I imagine like, playing with like one of your friends, like at times it must be difficult when you have to say the hard truths. I almost wonder if it's the opposite, because I feel like with your family you can normally be very honest, but at the same time that must be difficult when your brother's going, you shouldn't have done that, and you're going, who are you? You're my brother. You think you can talk to me like that? I'm telling mom! I'm telling mom!
I feel like Mini Boo just knows where it's at though, because like, if you have a brother that just goes, you're not ready, bro. You're not ready. The team's like, should we pick up your brother? He's pretty good. He's like, no, he's not ready.
Mom, Boo said I can't play Yoru. Let your brother play Yoru, Boo. Mom!
Look, I think that like you have to have that element of just being able to take the hard truths in moments and being able to say them as well. And I think it certainly seems to be the dynamic that they have. And look at this push coming through from Fokus. Lots of players making their way in from middle. 3 players swinging on that one angle. Mini Boo surrounded on all sides. He's trying to find a safe haven to fire back from. He's got teammates to help him out with that. He's dancing around the pyramids. He's absolutely ruining their chances. A great flash to catch your boy Lewis off guard. Well, it looked like he was in a lot of hot water at a moment, surrounded on all sides, yet still, he's able to make it work.
Yeah, again, you look at his starting position. There should be no way he gets out of this alive. He's the focal point. I think his teammates did very well, almost just playing that distraction, finding kills along the way, but this is the star of the show. Thriving within the chaos, taking that top spot now, 17-7. Him and Woot have looked like a terrifying force within this game thus far. 8-5, extending that lead a little bit further. The importance of this game cannot be undermined, with the likelihood is the winner of it facing off against FUT in the final tomorrow. The other's done. That's it. Over. And not a whole lot invested into this one. A Sheriff for Alorante and your boy Lewis, to be honest. Those are two people I'd say probably should have a Sheriff. Most likely to be able to do some damage. But you can see on a map like Breeze, you're not really going for those SMGs. They're not even going for a Marshal. They've gone straight for Bulldogs. Rifles on everybody. Boo, the extra kills means he gets a Vandal. Now, it does mean that the majority of them do have the light shield. So maybe the pistols will be able to do a little bit more. But you can see the range they're playing at. They're not really giving anything.
Fake again, trying to drag these players out of position, but both teams have been so patient on the defensive side. Good flash. Woot following up on the back of his own. Hasn't got any more util to work with. With a Bulldog in hand, that might be all he needs. Eyes are drawn elsewhere. They're trying to look for him. But instead of finding Woot, they end up running straight into Benji Fishy. Right around the back of the site. Spike dropped, and it's Cider all alone. 1 versus 4. Classic in hand. And one hell of a clutch if he makes this work. The first fight is the last one. 3 kills for Benji Fishy. Good progress on the neural theft. You know, it's a shame. You see a lot of these ults pushed up to 9, Tom, and no one's changed the neural theft. Why is it not 8? Someone get Kakuka in to explain. I don't get it.
We wouldn't want to spoil it for the viewers, you know, getting to see such an impactful ult so often, you know.
Absolutely. That is true. At the end of the day, if you get rid of the neural theft, you might as well just delete Valorant.
Yeah.
Delete the servers. What's the point? This is all...
People say that about Jet. Like,
why we play.
It's one of the defining characteristics of this game. Obviously the same for the neural theft, he says.
Oh, Fizzy.
Hey,
Fizzy's got
this time.
The TP up top finally has a reward. It might have a second because Miniboo wants to get curious, wants to peek in. He spotted a second player. Bad flash. That's not where he wanted it to bounce off. That's okay. He'll retreat, give up the control, and they'll fight for it a little later with the rifle recovered. They haven't lost too much. I mean, it's Woot, so they really have, but we'll ignore that.
Still a fairly fearsome bonus round. As said, rifles across the board, still enough to purchase into the next round. Not that far off the dimensional drift either, which information on this side could be huge. Mitch still praying that Miniboo would sell some sort of crazy fake, but just a fake out this time.
Standing ahead.
Oh, there's the TP. He's on the site, but he hasn't been spotted. The decoy was drawing eyes. Oriens and Miniboo get shredded. Team Heretics not looking to have too much of a fight in them with the Bulldog round. Again, are we terribly surprised? No. But to see it this dominant is a little bit of a shock. I mean, you know, Fizzy's entry, the follow-ups there, full site flood.
You say that, but I think after watching Haven, I'm not that surprised. I expect Fokus's execution to be on this map to be unstoppable. Like, their Haven executions were fantastic. Like, you can see where the work has gone in for this team. And that's the thing. They also seem to be popping off late in the game. Well, if they lose too many more rounds, they're getting late in the game. So this is where I expect Fokus to really start to build into this one. A nice, clean start to this one with 4 players surviving. Of course, as said, that was a bonus round. Okay, there was definitely some bite to it, but it seems like they managed to control that nicely. And again, you just see these little things, like the timing on that. The TP through, then the fake out, and then Silent knows, okay, that fake out's going out one side, I'm going out the other side. And the chances are, well, you gotta pick one. You're gonna watch the guy who goes out first. Miniboo with his Marshal.
Yeah, we spoke earlier about Miniboo and I suppose the attack side, Yoru, versus the defense. We'll see if it does start to be a bit of a sticking point for him. I still think there's so much that you can do there, and we saw it out of Lime. A lot of the utility in Yoru's belt used to just harass his opponents, keep them back from taking map control, and rob them of any trapwires, for example. Obviously not really a feature of Fokus's attack. They don't have any of that utility to destroy. It's about finding different useful ways to navigate this. And mid is wide open. It's been left like so for quite a while now. Miniboo was watching it at the start of the round, but we must be closing in on 20 seconds with no control there. That's a little spooky.
Time's ticking as they do look to double back towards this side of the map. Snake bites have been put behind the utility. Clearly some information had. They've still got the dart available. And a lot of utility about to be expended. Stunned up already. As they look to make the split. Again, another solid snakebite coming out of Boo to deny. Lime trying to lead the charge, but he's already fallen. Boo in a good position. It's labored, but he does get the job done eventually. Spike will still go down, and now they start to fight back. Fizzy just taking control. 3 kills already. And now Benji, that late rotator, probably a bit surprised after Boo's initial heroics that they found him late in this clutch. And I don't even know if it's worth it.
Small gap. And he's just blown it wide open. What an incredible round from Fizzy. Benji's out of here. He's made that same read that there's no point in saving, carrying it through to the next instead. No point running in, rather. You want to carry it through to the next. Where I was going with that. Just tuck in behind the box, and yeah, no one's going to be anywhere nearby. I think by the time Spike explodes, he's miles away. So he's safe, rifle through. Still, though, there's going to be a lot of players struggling for cash. I don't know if we're going to see maybe Benji one side of the map, the other stack up elsewhere. 1-4 setup. They've been comfortable leaving mid wide open anyways. Maybe he can work off his setup, but yeah, it looks like Fokus are hot on their tails, and this has been something we saw even in that last match up against FUT. It's the same thing. They just start out a little slower. Actually, it's just been Fokus in general. I suppose they said it after the first game, right? They're a little slower, then they figure out the rhythm, the rhyme. It's winning time.
Yeah, they always seem to dig their heels in as well. Like a lot of these close clutch rounds, we saw that again versus FUT, where they're able to just basically start pulling back some of these games. One of the things that is noticeable, though, is that Fokus always seem to do well when Zesht isn't near us, and he's just sat down. So if they lose this next round, where there's a sheriff, a rifle, maybe an extra rifle could be purchased onto Rians, it's not going to be a lot, then we know exactly who to blame.
That would be at Zesht on Twitter. I believe DMs are open. DMs are open, so you can,
Ladies.
absolutely absolutely anybody can let Zesht know their opinion.
Or gentlemen.
Absolutely.
He's put a thumbs up for that one, so there you go.
He's in.
Gents, slide in.
That's his motto. 9-7. Team Heretics in a very comfortable spot in some way, but the fact that we've seen round after round go into Fokus, now they're on the eco, you know, that's obviously not great, but with Zesht back in the hole, I think they're feeling like it's their game to win.
Yeah, look at this initial crunch. Looking to try and catch the players out towards that B site. A double up of aggression towards A main as well. Miniboo waiting for any sort of contact. They are completely negating any form of mid control other than the passive peak that's coming through. But again, this is a much more patient hold from the side of Fokus. They're expecting some aggression. A good start from Rians. The Zesht curse in full effect, as they have lost that early man, and he's going to get ever closer to his ult. And that's the thing. There's a couple that aren't far away, especially that dimensional drift for Miniboo. A single kill could do the trick.
40 seconds, and they're very split. There's a TP to at least get Lime back over towards the rest of the squad. He'll send his decoy, he'll flash, he'll make some presence alongside the drone, and I think he's about to teleport. Yes, there you go. Back to B.
Didn't move. He's still pushing forward, though, but he's been caught. If he waited just a second longer, he might have had himself that little bit extra, but instead they managed to get that site for free, trying to avoid the curse that's been put in place, and now in a retake scenario, a 4v4 but with weak weapons, this is going to be a rough one for Heretics.
A really nice fake sold. I love the setup. You see Benji try to get the early flank punished. Now the rest of the squad having to mount their way back in, and without Rians, he's just being dropped. That was the rifle. Now we're down to just sheriffs, just these pistols to try and make it work. There's a TP out towards the window. Great repositioning from Fizzy, and they can run the clock down. Hunter's Fury popped, and they're lined up. Both hit with that. A follow-up that stops the defuse, and with them both hit, nobody can stick it. The time surely too far gone, and with Fizzy there, it's all too easy. 8 on the board now for Fokus. They are hot on Heretics' heels.
So in the 4v2, Zesh started celebrating, and then 2 players died from Fokus, and I saw the sheer fear in his eyes. Definitely got a little bit too close there. You look genuinely scared. Oh, God. Well, again, the climb back. As I said, focus on the attack side, especially in the buy rounds. They have looked fearsome on Haven as well, and here. But this is where we are going to have a purchase. Miniboo will have that dimensional drift. On the other side, I can see 4 people don't have ults, and then I can see Mitch's foot, so I don't know if they're... Okay, no, your boy Lewis doesn't have his either.
Oh, look, the push inside the orb. Heretics have rifles. I mean, this is like a pistol strategy, but they knew Fizzy was up and around somewhere. A follow-up as well. Cider, your boy Lewis, falling like dominoes. The teleport will be sent out. Gate crashing into the B site, reuniting with Alorante. They've already destroyed 1 trap, and they... Well, this is not the ideal time for a replay. Please stop the replay. Please cease.
Oh, we can see it. We can see it up there.
Cancel.
2 versus 4. I'm gonna.
There we go.
We're
Okay.
back. We're
So
back.
Alorante has crept in. Gate Crash is still outside B. Welcome back to the show. Benji Fishy on the back side got reinforcements. 2 players already rotated in. Light outside of A, but A is not the target. They're in the right position. Heretics just now need to close out the round. Oh, but a bullet to the side of the head. Great shot from Alorante. Swing in. It's a double peek at least. They're able to trade it. Put them in somewhat of a winnable position. Post-plant setup for Lime. He's got a gate crash going out. He's going to go A. He's getting out of here entirely. I thought he was planting and then going main, but no.
No, he's running all the way back around. It's all up to Boot. No, he's tucking in. I don't even think he's going to see. He's coming. Oh, I thought he was going to come back up. But yeah, no, he's made it all the way in. Alorante made this one possible. Now Lime has to try and take it over the line. Focus in these clutch scenarios throughout the day have been fantastic. He's going to try and reposition completely, but for now at least, running all the way back around. Hunter's Fury being thrown in just to try and clear some of these off angles, and because of that, he's getting more and more time to reposition. It's whether or not Boo has any idea. Lime is playing this one to perfection, and he's got 1 dead to right. He knows exactly where the first is. It's the second that he doesn't. Arian's even with his teammate seemingly dead if there was a player there. He had the read in his mind. Great round.
What a fantastic play. The flash that came out from Lime I thought was so smart. It's on the doors. It's telling you, I'm close, I'm around here, and then he runs, hightails it out of there. Oh, I've seen this one before. Nice. Look, a punish onto Fizzy, who has been really trying to use these angles to his advantage, but combining that orb as well to just block vision is so smart. Still, you have to commend them in this 2v4 for making it so incredibly close.
Good idea, definitely. Like the pop flash out from Woot, out of the orb just to blind that player in the corner. And then he's the one that gets the kill. That's how good the flash was. The player was still blind even after. 10-8. Still can't count Focus out just yet, but Heretics edging ever closer to that match victory. Now, though, the ults, well, they're somewhat even. Rolling Thunder, Viper's Pit, actually on both sides. And then you have that null command and, of course, the neural theft.
They're going to go through. They really like an ult on Lime here just to clear that out. Boo can sit pretty inside the ultimate. And it's so deep that by the time you run in, you're taking so much damage. Still has a snake bite. That's delayed them entirely. Good placement, but he's too far back. Boo can get back in there. is in just on time to keep it back up, regenerate the integrity of the fuel, but he's being caught through it. Even still, the trades come in thick and fast with everybody so low. Stray bullets in the smoke is all they need.
Yeah, that one was a little bit odd. It felt like either side thought he had some sort of timing, or he thought his teammates were going through with him.
Yeah.
But he goes through and then just basically delivers the spike on the edge of the pit. So then the rest of the players have no choice but to try and run through. And I think the players in mid were a little bit further behind where Cider was. So it made things very easy for the players on Heretics. I wonder if they expected only the one player in the ult. And the second player was just completely catching them off guard. I think that was Rians who was on the edge of it.
I think if you do put in a Rolling Thunder like that and a Snakebite comes in as well, you're so tunnel visioned on where the Viper's on the right, the Viper's on the right.
Yeah.
Kill the Viper, because if you kill someone else, great, we're all dead. Like, we're all 1 HP. He's going to spray us as we come out or as we're in there. It's over. So I think they did remarkably well in making the right decision, but just the fact that Rians is so close by, it's been a real thorn in their side. And again, like, I look back at the other game that they played to start of the day versus FUT, and they got 6 rounds, and we were like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he won 3 of them at least on his own.
Yeah.
Really impressive player, and even here he's being outshone by the likes of Miniboo and Woot. No surprise though, really. I guess those are the players that they were the players we expected to be praising a lot coming into this roster.
Well, yeah, you've got basically Woot's individual skill across pretty much all agents is enough. It doesn't matter what he's playing, he's going to hit headshots. Miniboo's coming in as duelist. If you had expectations of anyone else to frag out, they've built a weird roster. That's the only way I can say. But hey, for now at least, Fokus, they've had a very close loss earlier. They might be looking down the barrel of another. Unfortunately for them. Doesn't put them in the great spot. This time Lime has been seen walking through. You might have thought initially that that was a fake out, but it wasn't. The drone, I think, has gone alongside him. And an opportunity. Woot almost falling to a singular bullet, but it isn't going to happen. Again, with the back sight, double up. Miniboo sat in the corner, might be a nasty surprise as they now look to push through this connector.
Nice shot by Boo. They found the big one. Soon they'll find the mini one too. Flash out, gate crash destroyed. No extra space to be taken. Miniboo dancing around, but he's caught. Valorant spotting him out, eliminating, but stuck, isolated. His teammates have left. They've gone for A. He's got to hold his own ground, and he's doing just that. They're actually starting to come back because of the work being done by Valorant. Up close, he finds another, dropping the orb just in time. And with a pit online, this plant is going to be very hard to not only deny, but getting back in there afterwards and defusing, it's a tough task.
Yeah, look at where Fizzy is. He's still in spawn. It's like he's gone AFK for the round. Now, Neural Theft in this scenario, that's what I say.
I like that.
There's actually huge value. They know there's 2 players within this pit. They know that there's a flag. It doesn't matter.
Wow.
That was like a synchronized dive. Both players hit the headshot at exactly the same time. And it does just feel like Fokus, when they need a round, they dig deep. And when I say they, I mean Valorant.
Yeah, right? You know, one of the things that we were talking about earlier is how he's just always there. And a lot of the time that was to get the trades. This time, though, seeing him move around on the side, look at this. Drops the orb, bang. Boo had no idea. Hey, if only he got an indication it was dropping some little sparkles around the edge,
you know.
He might have been ready.
Yeah, I think putting that on Viper U2 might be a step too far. I won't be behind that one. The smokes are okay, but if it tells you every time he's going to drop the orb, that would be horrific.
And before someone shoots at you, it should be a big alarm bell coming up on your screen, like, move, move! Someone's aiming at you!
There is an orb nearby. You get like a Geiger counter.
Have you seen the Assassin's Creed or whatever detection? They're like arrow that comes up.
Yeah. You've almost been seen.
CNET is seeing you. Well, 11 rounds on the board for Team Heretics. Hard to get off this point, to push past it. And this time around, Lime has ultimate, so a human recon drone to cover a lot of this ground on the way through to whatever site they desire. By the looks of it, it is B. So a challenge for the Boo brothers. See what they can do.
I'll handle this.
Lime try and get that information. Well, he knows exactly where Boo is. Going to try and set up some utility. The thing is, I don't think they've seen Mini Boo at all, but they've got to be wary of that player at the back of the site. Dimensional Drift is gone. Mini Boo is as well. What? I don't know how Boo's managed that, but luckily for them, the trades are thick and fast. Rotation for the remainder, very far away, only just making it into the realms of the B site. With 3 players standing in this post plant. One even looking to wrap back through mid, add a second layer. Smoke put in deep just to give them a little bit of extra control, and even going to TP seemingly out of there completely, leaving just your boy Lewis within this site.
So much to worry about here, though, and it looks like a super passive play until your boy Lewis shows his face. Then there's the flank in from mid. Alorante again, he's always there, and once again he proves that to be true. 4 kills for this man. Thanks to the Viper changes, not even halfway to that ultimate. We might not see it, but if he keeps up that performance, we may just...
He's been getting 3 kills a round. So
yeah, yeah.
I think I'm almost confident we will see it again with how he's been playing. Really been a huge step up from him over the last couple. His lurks on this Viper, even his entries as the Viper have been nasty.
Right there.
And after what was a decent streak of rounds for Heretics, they're now financially in the bin. You've got Benji, the only one with a rifle, a Marshall as well, and everything else is just a sheriff.
Enemy mark.
Are they committing off of this? Yeah, they're all funneling in towards A main. This is going to be a full push out of this squad. Counter wall in play. Can drop around at the same time. A second afterwards, but they're going straight through it. Flashes, stuns, everything used. Snakebite up close. The decoy almost getting shot, but it's not vulnerable. He is, though. Doesn't matter if you hit him in the head. Lime, though, able to grab a double. Still dancing around those pyramids. There's more to be done. 2 more players have already rotated into position. Sheriff's up close. Shot from Woot gives it away. Now, I mean, that flash is null and void. It'll do nothing for them. This one, though, that might just get them back in. An angle, but even with the headshot angle, it's not enough. Easy cleanup for Fokus. Neck and neck, 11-11. They might just steal this map away from Heretics.
I don't know how they do it. Each time looking down, each time looking out, but there's definitely some mental fortitude within this. I think we're going to cut back to Pal at the end of the game, and he's going to have my hairstyle. I imagine he's a little bit stressed after this one with all of these slow starts throughout the day. But I think if they make it through to that final match tomorrow, he might even crack a smile. We'll have to see. The thing is, though, if they were to lose this map after what happened in the FUT game, it would be devastating. I've definitely proven that Fokus can swing with the big boys.
Oh, it's being watched. It's being watched for the first time in a long time. There's no one there to take the fight, and Fizzy has the timing of a god. Unreal, and especially holding this angle. It's going to be like the least pathed.
I don't even know what you're trying to say.
A place that you path the least. A least pathed. Pathed. It's not pathed.
Least pathed? Path?
Pathed. Pathed. Okay, pathed. Yes, the least pathed part of the map.
Oh, I'm sorry. Over pathed. The pathed.
I tried my damn best, Tom. It's not my language, okay?
You're going to mock my accent when you can't even say the word.
No, it's weird for me to say pathed. You can't hear him saying the deep pathed. Pathed. That's how I'd say it, pathed. And then it sounds weird. It sounds like, I don't know. Anyways, point is, he's in a position holding something that I think hasn't been held for a year.
The least pathed.
The least pathed position. Sir. Yeah, jolly good. But he gets a jolly good reaction. Reens! Speaking of jolly good reactions, that's Lime and Alorante down. 2 big heroes for this squad. Fokus need to dig deep. Your boy Lewis not on the raise, not up to all too much. And it's a 2v4. Fokus on the back foot. Shock Dart, good. Fizzy, good. And now it's winnable again. Boo is in a lot of heat. Do they know he's here? I don't think they saw him yet.
Oh, they're about to. Spike will go down. Smoke used to cover his retreat. They're going to expect him at the back of the site, and now it's left all onto Fizzy. He's found his retreat back out into EMEA, maybe expecting the flank to be coming. The other player is Benji, normally playing the opposite side of the map and just desperately trying to isolate these duels. But the fact is, Heretics, they're coming in together. He spots one of them on the cross through, but knows that he probably has to try and take a fight through. They're sticking this. Boo's holding it all the way, and I think he's just smoked himself off. I don't know if that was the plan, maybe expecting they'd push him, but instead, that has become a blunder.
I didn't know the defensive side Omen was alive. I didn't even know they had one. That's crazy. I think I sort of see what he was thinking, that like they would drop the orb and both just face him while he's spraying away, going, no, you got defuse, and then he's dead. But they made the very obvious adjustment of just defusing while it's smoked off. That's quite unfortunate, to say the least. I think it looks a lot sillier than it is because it didn't work in the slightest and they immediately adjusted. It's just a panic play. Sometimes you do that. Now with Boo finding that defuse, he got this Viper's Pit online, which is huge for 12-11. Locking down a part of the map they've had a lot of trouble with without having to commit bodies to it. Just one guy holding the choke point and one guy holding the other choke point of double doors, and now you're stacked on B. Fokus have nowhere to go for free. This is going to be a battle.
Well, that's the funny thing. They're the ones actually with economy issues, even though they managed to win the round. Lime is going to go running through. They're trying to isolate Boo, and they have done it. Flashed him consistently, but it's all a ruse. Benji has not moved. Neither has Reams. Those rotations haven't been pulled, and because of that, side has gone down. They're going to have a decent idea that Benji's still around here. The judge up close, now hiding within his cage. The wrap, but he goes down. Lime just headshots him straight through it. A huge kill that gets them into an afterplant, but the retake's still possible. A 3v3 scenario. Regulation could still close this, but Lime has taken over. He was used as a ruse, a fake sent in on the other side of the map, and now he might just win them the round.
Your boy Lewis is the best position as well. Boo doesn't stand a chance. He had to rush to the side to help Mini Boo. His brother now stands alone in a 1v3, and we're looking like another OT. Looking for the record. Great flash. He's going to run through it. I thought it might catch him off guard, but Alorante seemed more ready than ever for that kind of a play. 12-12. We're going the distance yet again.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it's a 1v3 and you have a teammate to your left and one watching mid, you don't really need to look away from that angle.
You really don't.
If he was watching anything else, I think he'd have serious issues.
He gets blinded up and still just smacks that headshot. You gotta respect it. I saw he was still blind when he hit it. This, you know, I get it, right? He thinks there's players on site. He gets inside the cage so they can't shoot him when they jump over the box, but instead he's standing on the most pre-fireable corner of the year. Unlucky for Benji. And the fact that your boy Lewis positions himself there, it's great for late round to obviously deny that defuse, to deny the rotations. Even better for just catching those rotations straight up in mid.
Well, Fokus and overtime. They've been the only team to head there today. Once versus FUT, once versus Heretics. Last time they lost 16-14, and well, to lose for a second time would definitely be brutal. See what they have to offer. Already, well, a lot of utility being expended just to put pressure onto Benji. They've spotted his utility, but this is almost a bit of a ruse. It seems like they're going to go pushing elsewhere. TP being sent over onto the A site as a couple of players look to try and pressure into mid. They'll have that fast rotation if necessary, and Alorante already looking to try and hold them back, as this is setting up to be an A execution.
Certainly looking like it. There's a reveal here for Cider, gone up and over. It's going to catch one player, but they don't know about Boo. He's dodged the flash, stuck in behind the box. And his teammate now gets out of there because of it. The A side under threat, but Alorante and your boy Lewis are holding strong. A cage for Benji just about avoids that shot. Lucky to still be alive, honestly. With Fizzy shrouded, stepping behind the pyramid. He hasn't hit him with the paranoia, but he still lands it on Benji. Not good on Rienz. But look at the flank. Around the side, the second player, not expected. Your boy Lewis, good for one. And he's got support. Lime is here to help him. Woot up against the wall on this, but he's found one. Just Lime left. The angle good. A headshot, but the box has blocked it. The pyramid keeping him alive a moment longer. Is it long enough? No! Woot through the pyramid once again. This time it's the death-dealing blow. 13-12. And match point for Team Heretics.
I don't know if you've just seen him like tear out the info, so I don't even think he won the game there, but Woot literally rips out his in-ears the second he wins that clutch. I also, on the big screen, we haven't seen it, but over there, we're looking at the coach's reactions and just Pal's face sinking as that one went through. That has got to be a rough one to lose for them. Again, you just see the individual brilliance that has been brought in. These youngsters are no strangers to many. If you've been watching the Tier 2, enjoying the Tier 2, you've probably seen players like Woot, players like Miniboo. And well, now, it's going to have to be another climb back for the side of Fokus. It would be a brutal way to be eliminated in groups if they were to lose twice in overtime.
They need to dig deep.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, the focus is gone.
Oh, no.
Just like if they lose this game, focus is gone. Now they need to dig deep, pull out that Robbie Keane performance, Tom. I think it's the only way they get this across the line.
Are you going to explain that reference or not?
No, I think it's, we just let that lie.
There's one
They could be the ultimate team here, Tom.
Yeah.
They could be. There's literally one person that got that.
Yeah.
And he's laughing right now.
No, he's on the stage.
No. Uli at home. He's
Okay.
watch partying.
Okay,
he knows. He knows.
Well, here we go. Miniboo in an aggressive position. Fokus desperate for this one. The fake out not really drawing any attention. They're looking at it.
Yeah, look. A minute on the clock and still no clear intention on where they want to go. Fokus, one slip up here and it's all gone. No one wants to be the one to make that mistake. Right now, they're hoping Team Heretics get aggressive, peek out on some angles, and give them opportunities, but those opportunities are not presenting themselves. It's time to go and seize them.
40 seconds left on that clock, and Fokus, they've played a lot of mind games, thrown a lot of fakes, and it looks like they're going for another one. It could send them out of the tournament if this fails.
30 seconds left.
With the drone going in as well, you'd expect this to pull one, but the fact is, Benji, every time there's been a ruse, he has not moved whatsoever. But this is a double-layered fake. They have sent in all of that utility, and this time it has worked. Boo has started rotating. Your boy Lewis is going to catch one. They get into the site for free and going to plant within those last few seconds. Boo trying to bounce utility through, but they can't do anything about it. This time, Fokus, they played a double ruse in what could be their last round, but they have paid off with this afterplant.
I think that summarizes this team. Late play through the doors as well. Your boy Lewis is able to catch one. I thought maybe more, but I didn't realize. Of course, it was Rians on the other side. He's been so consistent. One kill on the board, more to be found, with Lime making it even more difficult. An uphill battle presents itself. Time, not too much of an issue, but they need to press on, start to clear out these positions. The players are too far rooted back. Fizzy somehow faded into that kill. 13-13. We'll go again. Pushing it all the way. Remember, they are fighting for a spot in that playoff. The BO5 tomorrow that may well determine for one of these two teams their trip to Japan. That's unbelievable to take it in this distance. I can only imagine the emotions down on that stage.
What we're assuming will happen is a 3-0 for FUT, a 2-1 and a 1-2 and a 0-3.
Yes.
So whoever wins this game is 2-1. It doesn't come down to round difference, head-to-head. And even that's the thing. Even one of them goes 2-1. Even if it goes 2-1, it would just be a decider
if
on
FUT
who's
lose,
first.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So this game decides absolutely everything. And the fact that they have the upright balls to go for a double fake in that round, even if they do lose this one, Fokus, you've got my respect. That was a risky play to make, but it paid off. You had the players to drag it over the line. Now they're getting aggressive, and Woot is ready and waiting. Give him a firing range, he ain't gonna miss. I think he's down already.
You see Fokus on the attack side do the same thing. Pump the brakes, wait, let them make a move.
Yeah.
And I think this is why, when they're on the defense, they don't see that control, they go and seize it themselves. When they don't see any aggression out of their opponents, they bring their own to the table. And this time, it's worked out at least to trade it back, putting us into a 4 versus 4 with rotations possible for Lime, but he hasn't got a gate crash down just yet. He'll have to put that into play. Presumably, yeah, he's going to just sprint it to A, gate crash B, so he can rotate back if he needs to. Mid is wide open. And the gate crasher, it can be used for the quick rotation, but they need the info to work off of. That means that your boy Lewis has to be popping his head up every so often, clearing that there's no one outside of B main. This jump spot, it's risky. You're up in the air for
left.
quite a while. And when you look at players like Riens, who seems to be proficient at taking heads off when they're just popping up like that, he plays whack-a-mole on a daily basis. Now the wall's gone up, so they've rotated. Lime's going to be here. He can provide some support. Your boy Lewis has heard the TP up close. He knows there's players on site. He's dropping down Boo, and with 12 seconds left, they need to go for this plant. They need to go for it soon. It's already underway, and it's found. Okay, post-plant, 3 versus 3.
Lime, the only one in position. The drone is going to spot him out. He's got to be careful. That wall isn't as thick as you might think it is. The rest of his team finally getting on the scene. Miniboot, flash out, looking to try and get aggressive, trying and be a nuisance in this battle, spotting the close players. Vizzy somehow survives longer than expected, but he's not going to be traded. Kept into this advantageous spot, and now Valorant, all that's left, somehow gets the fade away and Lutz for the final kill! This man, he's done it again! And I think he's got it on that defusal as well. What an impressive clutch out from Valorant. This kid is on fire.
Every time they need him, he is there. I don't know how he does it.
Match point.
Under pressure. And again, the delivery. Focus, 14-13, now on their attack side. This could be it. And for Team Heretics, they fought so hard, so well.
I genuinely think, like, and obviously another Red Bull clutch, don't think it needs to be said, but I do start to wonder now if, like, Focus are going to start getting messages be like, too late to have a go with Valorant.
10 seconds
I know he
left.
just signed a contract, but this
Spike planted.
I think the kid is franchise ready. That's all I'm going to say. He should be in that partnership. This was ridiculous. Like, this should have been impossible. And the thing is, the second kill was just a fadeaway shot that manages to take it home. 14-13. Focus now with the advantage. Heretics, a young roster, under pressure. And they are desperately in need of this round. And that's the thing, Mitch. Both these teams have been better on the attack thus far.
The advantage certainly seems to be in Focus's court, and they seem to be more proactive than before. Instead of sitting back, waiting, running the clock down, and playing out those fakes later, this is going to be a much more direct approach, a split onto the A site. Already, Miniboo's forced out of position, having to use his teleport. Your boy Lewis goes down. That's inside of A main from the spams. Rotations are here. They know where Riens is. They just saw the Dark go out, but they didn't know about Miniboo! He's caught 2, thinning out the herd on the way in, but the numbers right back in their favor. Fizzy able to drop down Riens and leave this in a 2v2 post plant. The control for Focus. They can reset towards main, get out of there, and play that post plant together. A shock dart still online for Cider, but he's not going back. He is standing his ground. The ultimate used here, the human recon dart spots out 2. He's back in main. Cider's got the off angle. He's picked up another on the final kill. It's Fizzy's 15-13. They battled from behind to make this work. Slow to start, and maybe slow